Hello and welcome to Deck Techs with LadyLavinias. In this one, we are going to be looking at a deck called Naru Multiplication. Now this deck is a combo deck. I know you guys like your combo decks, so here we are. It's a superly overly complex way to get Naru, Meha, Master Wizard into as many copies as I can. So I'm going to explain this deck. It might take a little bit. This is one of the more advanced deck techs that I'm going to have to do. So Naru is a 4-mana 3/3 human wizard with flash. She says, when she enters the battlefield, copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You may choose new targets for the copy, and other wizards you control get +1/+1. Her second ability of giving other wizards +1/+1 actually will be relevant in this video, just to make the thing go a little quicker. So the idea behind this deck is to go infinite and basically play as many Narus as possible. We do so, even though she is legendary, we do so with Double Major. Double Major is a Strixhaven card that's for 2 mana instant. Copy target creature spell you control, except it isn't legendary if the creature is legendary. So, with its help, it will make it so that Naru, the future copies of Naru, are not legendary. Now we also have Double Vision, so that it is copied the Double Major. So when the Double Major is copied, it copies the copy, and that starts to go infinite, and it starts to get out of control. The only way to break the loop, because it literally goes forever, there's no way to hard stop it, because both of these are must abilities, is with a Spectral Sailor. Spectral Sailor will be an alternative target for the Double Major, so that once I have enough Narus on the field, it can break the chain, and then I'll be able to use that and attack. The fun extra thing about this is that Naru has flash, Double Major is an instant, and also Spectral Sailor, so I can actually do all of this combo on opponent's end step, so it gives them not a lot of time to respond to what I'm doing, and gives pseudo haste, so I'll be able to come in immediately after making all of those Narus. So, in order to get that out, that's a bunch of pieces, right? So we have things like Storm's Wrath, Burn Down the House, Drawn for removal, Drawn from Dreams to find all the pieces, as well as search for a Skanta and an Opt for doing so. We have an Innkeeper just as a body to hold things back, as well as to get us that extra treasure to go and ramp up as fast as possible. And then the Prismari command for looting to see if we can again find those pieces and cultivate again for the land that we need. So it is a bit complicated. It is a lot of fun. So I'm gonna pilot it and we'll see how things go. It is very important to get Spectral Sailor out first before everything else, and hopefully I'll be able to explain why as we get our combo pieces going. It is a deck that I've had a lot of trial and error on, and I'm finally good to go. Okay, we have a lot of pieces that we need to make this deck function. We have the Double Vision, Spectral Sailor, and the Double Major, so all we really need is Naru, which is very good news. Hopefully opponent is not super fast out of the gate. We're gonna go our Triumph first. That's great news that they decided to not go crazy. In that case, I actually think I'm going to go a Triumph, and we'll go Opt on their turn. I'd rather just get these Triumphs out while I can. They're not doing anything. That's wonderful news. Don't know if I'll need this, but it's always good to have one, just in case. That's fine. We're gonna go Sulphur Falls, and then get our Prosperous Innkeeper out, getting us to treasure, and then opting again on their end step. Now we do need our Naru as well as a bunch of land. If you don't have double vision out on the field, you do need 9 mana to make everything work instead of 7. It is a 7 mana minimum combo. So what I'm actually gonna do here is I'm gonna pay for this, and we're actually gonna get the double vision out pretty early. We able to ramp a little bit with the Innkeeper. They're just gonna go cultivate. That's fine. It looks like they're missing a bunch of land, which is good news for us. They're also mono green. Alright, we found our Naru, which is wonderful news. So at that point, I only need to find lands. We're gonna just try to get as many, sure that we have the lands as possible. Doesn't actually matter anymore. Probably brought this for 5, so 6, 7. So we need 2 turns, essentially. Questing Beast, that's spooky. Rapid Bite is dead. Okay, all of that is fine. At that point, I'm just gonna Wrath and then Innkeeper. Okay. I think that should be good. Then next turn, we can win the game. Pass the turn. Okay, on their end step, we're gonna start to do everything. So it's very important that I go Spectral Sailor first. If you choose Naru first, and go Spectral last, the order actually does get messed up. Very, very important. Chose the not right one. Okay. Okay, so we're going on a 5. And here's where the magic starts. So Spectral Sailor, Naru, and double major on the Naru. Double Vision's gonna trigger first, because it's the first thing I cast this turn. So it's gonna bring down 1 Naru. I'm actually gonna just do this. So it's a slightly faster. Because we have the Innkeeper, we do have to manually do things, but that's okay. So I usually get up enough for them to not have blockers anymore. So probably 2 more times. Okay, that should be enough. So we go Spectral Sailor to break the loop. Get 1 less group. Naru. The Innkeeper. Alright, so now on my turn, I will get to attack all for lethal. Little bit of overkill. Sometimes it's hard to do the math because you get the +1. You do get 2 Naras at the very end, so I usually like to do like 6 to 8 depending on things. So that's essentially what the deck is supposed to do. Exactly. We're gonna try it a couple more times. So it's very, if you don't put the the Spectral Sailor in front, it ends up not being able to break the loop, and then it just goes forever until you get timed out, and then you just lose. Alright. So, let's see if we can have a good game. This and see if we can get some combo pieces to go off. This is fine, even though we don't have our pieces, because we have our Prismari command to be able to throw things out and find, to loot. To find some of our pieces. We also have Cultivates to get up there. So, could be worse. Opponent also didn't do anything on turn 1, which is nice. We like a slow opponents. Field of Ruin? Ooh. Okay, well. I think at that point I'm gonna cultivate though. Get some of our pieces. We're probably gonna throw out this other cultivate because we didn't have a lot of we found all our basics for some reason in this whole deck. It's really weird. And we don't want them to use Field of Ruin and then have no basics left, so. Get our last one. Double that. Okay, so we can get our search out, that's fine. It'll be nice. We'll use our Prismari command on their turn. Arn? Probably gonna minus. Actually, sorry, this is the other card. It's gonna plus, of course. Yep. Ah. Time Unleashed. That's probably what they have there. Do I even want to do 2 damage? I might not even care. Get a treasure. That and opt can go. That. Alright, so we'll play the Double Vision now. That way we can get Drawn from Dreams. All we need is our Flash Flyer. Be able to get 2 Drawn from Dreams next turn. See if we can find it. Or we can just find it with the Escanta. Also possible. I think they're probably gonna minus this to get that back before I kill it. That's a pretty good one. Yeah. I'm not surprised. Well, Reaper. Okay. Ah, so they're an Angel tribal deck. Okay. Wondering what they were. Yeah, I'll transform that. That's fine. Worm's Wrath and Triumph. Alright, we need to fly under Flyer. Spectral Sailor, there it is. And just Mark Command, why not? So we're just gonna clear that board, that's fine. Put this in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. More than enough. Next turn, we can win the game. Professor Onyx. Ooh, spicy. Each opponent sacrifice a creature at the greatest power. Oh no, opponents! Maybe they thought it's sacrifice a permanent of the greatest power, so they thought that they could deal with the double vision that way. That's unfortunate. Sorry, opponent. Well, that was that game. A lot of planeswalkers from opponent, but we were able to deal with it. I should have checked out what they had. Probably a Doomscar or a Starnheim. One of the others, but that's okay. We will keep going. Hopefully we were able to do the combo. We had all of our pieces to do the combo. And I think we were good to go, but opponent just had enough. From the small mistake and left. Trying to show the deck off, so. Alright, this one is pretty good. We have search early. This we really need. Getting the Drawn from Dreams is really good, and one of our pieces is already in our hand. This is not a consistent deck by any means. It takes a lot of setup. Getting the Sailor was really good for us right there. It does take a lot to combo with, but it can be really fun. We're gonna graveyard that. Opt. Do that, and then we're going to have the opt. It looks like it might be an enchantment deck, which is really spooky. I don't know if I want the Cultivate. I mean, the Cultivate's not bad. It gets us up into things, but we are gonna get Drawn from Dreams. I think we actually need it right now. Not bad either. I can go Prosperous Innkeeper. It's a nice little blocker. And then hold up for Prismari Command. Pretty good. Alright, do 2 damage and destroy target artifact. I think we need to. Okay, I was like, lands are pretty good right now. Probably need double major Storm's Wrath or doubling season, doubling vision. That gets us all our pieces. We just need lands. Alright, that's the greedy play. I'm gonna take it. Two, 3, 4, 5. Like, I think we just need lands right now. We're just gonna focus on winning the game. Ow. Land. Oh, we can transform this. Actually, that works perfectly. Then we have 7. Okay, so we're gonna have to do all of this on their turn and have the Spectral Sailor as a blocker. equip is that? Okay. We do this. Do this. Do this. Oh, I think we win. That took so much. That was so scary. So we're gonna have to go a little bit ham on Naru because they're gonna be able to gain so much life. So I'm gonna have to do this for a while. As much as I don't want to, but here we are. Okay. They're out. It's fine. I was going to have the Spectral Sailor block this. I was worried about it getting Trample. Trample would have been the one thing. If it got Trample at a point, I would have to just copy the Naru for as much life as I was going to take, so I can get the Innkeeper to get as much more life, just to survive whatever this thing was with Trample, but it looks like I got there. So we were going to play as many things. They were going to gain 11 life, so they were going to be up at 43, and then they would block it, so they would be up at 54. So I have to do enough damage to calculate one blocker, as well as be able to do more than 54 points of damage to their face. It was very close, so I was almost there. I was going to probably do it one more time, do 6 to become 8, which would have given everything plus 11, 11, and then I would have been able to swing, even if they were to play something else after on main phase 2 to make this even bigger. That's the whole point of this deck. I'm gonna show it off real quick once more, so you guys can see it at home. It does take a lot of work. It is not a very consistent deck, but it's pretty fun, you know, as a challenge to yourself to have that combo win. Overall, I think it can probably, you know, have some of your own tweaks at home. It does take a fair amount of rares and mythics, so if you don't have all of these pieces, I understand. Tell me at home what you would do to make this better. But until next time, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye, YouTube!